Buonasera and good evening everybody, it's MannwidaPlann here, and welcome back everybody to the beautiful world of Elite Dangerous on the Xbox One. Thanks for coming to join me today everybody, hope you're doing well, hope you're doing great. I'm having so much fun in this game, I just cannot stop playing it. It's absolutely great to be getting back into this. So, at the end of the last episode, we actually did a little bit of a tutorial introductionary thing going on. We had a little bit of time talking about the overlay HUD and all of the things that our ship can do and what all of this jumbo means, and yeah, thank you guys very much for the appreciation on the video. I actually got quite a few views and quite a few likes within the first day of it being up for my little channel, and I'm really happy about that. So thank you guys for the support. I'm glad you enjoyed it, and I'm really looking forward to today. Now, a couple of nights ago, will be a good couple of nights ago by the time this one comes online, we actually had a live stream right after that episode release, and we had a good hang around with some of the guys on stream. We got a couple of missions done, and we made some money. And oh baby, did we make some money. Really pumped about this. So we did a couple of little random run around missions and such, but then we found an amazing mission that netted me 127,000 credits. And it was a little bit brave of us, I must admit. It was a little bit brave. We had to fly to a planet, land down, break into a high security base, and kill a couple of skimmers. So it was super terrifying, and after a second attempt, I think we lost... We did, actually. Can I get a new scarab? Is that a thing? Can I actually buy one? Where would I buy one? I bet I have to do it inside of outfitting. Yes, we lost our little scarab, our little car that we run around on the planetary surface with. Bit of a shame, he did not survive the journey. However, we did, and we got a big fat amount of cash for it as well, which was amazing. So, we're hanging out at the moment at Boyle Terminal, one of these tiny little outposts hanging around. Whereabouts are we again? Can't remember. Oh, we're in the Styx system. In Styx, that's where we're hanging out at the moment. Now, we got a good old amount of cash, and I've also done a couple of upgrades to this ship, which have improved our jump range more than anything. If we head over to our functions here, you can see it's up to 11 light year now. And I highly recommend doing that. If you guys are just starting out and you want to kind of get a little bit more, before you change ship, get your jump range up on this little guy. It will give you a lot more missions that you'll be able to do. And you don't really lose the money, because the improvements that you make to the ship, you sell the ship when you get the next one, and boom, you've got yourself a little bit extra money for your next ship. And thinking of which, that's what we're going to be doing today. That's the first port of call we're going to be checking into, which means we get to check out the galaxy map, because that has to be done. We're going to be able to find ourselves a new ship, and this one I want to have a little bit of a chat with you guys about, because it can be extremely daunting. We've got two ways of navigation in Elite Dangerous. We've got the galaxy map just here, and the system map hanging out just here. We're going to open up the galaxy one, the big bad beast of it. Now, straight away as a heads up there, guys, I don't know everything about this map. I really don't. I've not done any trading. I know nothing about this power play thing that's going on. I really don't. But what I do know is how to use this thing to get around. How to use it to get around and find out some informations and super useful things that you may discover. So as you can see on the left hand panel there, it gives us a little bit of detail about the star. Got a little bit of storyline to it. It tells us it's an M4V star, that the star's allegiance is to the Federation. Its population actually really isn't that much, 147,000. There's not really a lot here. It's a corporate population. It has no state at the moment, but its economies are refinery and extraction, and I don't know what Gliese is. I have no idea what Gliese means, not the slightest. But over in this tab, it gets a little bit more interesting. Now let's see here, how do I tab through this? Yes, dash over to the left, and you can access all of this. You've got a little search bar, so if you wanted to, you could type in something like Aluin, or Ibotus, or Iranin, or Alba, or pretty much any one of these, and it'll take you all the way around to any one of these stars. And you don't have to be dead accurate, but the more accurate you are, the better you are at actually finding the place, which can be a challenge considering some of these names. I mean, look at this. We're Ross 537. That's a great name. Logula, Satadlan. There's absolutely loads, but this gives me an absolutely great moment, because if you've been browsing around the star map for a minute and you're like, wait, where am I? You can go over here and you can click current location, and it's going to drag your map right back to where you are, so you're not completely lost. But the biggest thing that we're going to be using this for at the moment is going to be navigation. Now, in the main panel, we've got 6 little buttons here. 6 little buttons hanging around. One of them is to select a star, so let's go over to one that we don't know, like this die here, and we can select it. And you can see that is now added to our little route planner over the way here. Over here as well, we can plot a route to the star, we can bookmark the star, and we can open the system map about the star if we have some informational data for it. which we don't. We know nothing about this place. And actually, a few of the icons have disappeared there. Is that at all the stars? I believe it's because we've not been in there at all, or they're too far away, perhaps. Exploration data to buy will let you buy all the information about the place, but I prefer to travel there and go there, and purchase trade data will give you more information on trading. But again, as I said, I know nothing about trading, not the slightest clue. But if we go back over to this little dude here, and we head over to the main panel, and we hit this button, plot a route. Bam! It's going to give us a little bit of a journey. A little bit of a journey from there to here. Now, I went for one that's nearby because we don't have a huge jump range. It's not really going to work very well. But there's one thing you'll be able to notice straight away about this map. This is a solid line, and this is a dotted line. And there is a reason for that. Given my current weight, which we can set inside of the filters down here, so this is if I'm empty, using no FSD boost because I don't know what that is, and we're going the economical way that will use less fuel, but we can try to go the fastest way, which will just mean there's less jump. So that's 1 jump, 2 jump, 3 jump, 4 jump, and 5 jump. But if we go for the economical route, it's going to be a few more jumps to get there, but it will save us a little bit more fuel, which is great. And by the way, that's what this solid line represents. As long as the line is solid, you have fuel. So round about here, boom. No fuel. All gone. But that is a fuel star, and I'll get into that in just a moment as well, because it's something I haven't actually done, but I do know about it, and something I'm looking forward to checking out. So, let's see what else we've got over here to hang around with. Our cargo mass is obvious thing. If we up our cargo, it's going to mean that we're going to be a lot heavier, so we're not going to be able to jump as far. And you can see at the bottom there, it says jump range, and as I bring it down, it's 11, and I bring it up, it's 10.6. Now again, we're in a tiny little ship, so it hasn't made a huge difference. But if you're in a giant cargo hauler with like 400,000 tons of iron, that's going to slow you down quite a lot, and it's going to burn more fuel, so you won't be able to go as far. So it's a super important thing to check it out when you actually try to plan your way. If you're like I'm planning to go to Acellus and get a buttload of iron or something like that, and then continue my journey along, I definitely want to make sure that I'm going to be able to make it before I go there, because running out of fuel in Elite Dangerous is a super, super bad time. It's a super bad time. But I hear there's these wonderful people called the Fuel Rats. You can go to their website. I don't know what the web address is. Just search Fuel Rats. You'll most likely be able to find it. I believe in you, and you can get in touch with these guys. And you can give them the star system that you're at and your location, and they will come and bring fuel to you in the game, which is just amazing. It's a super cool little effect. I absolutely love that about those guys. They're really, really cool. They save a lot of butt. The amount of people stranded out in the middle of nowhere in dark space, they save a lot of people, so it's definitely one to keep in mind. Alright, now, let's see along here. I believe that's about all we want to be really looking at. This is the most important stuff we're going to be checking out. Bookmarks are incredibly important. It's very, very good, and you'll see, I actually have made myself a bookmark. And if any of you guys are big space nerds like me, you would know that Sagittarius A is the name of the supermassive black hole at the center of our galaxy. And yes, people, can I select it? Oh, it's loading. Oh, it's going to take a second, because this is quite a way away. I believe in you, game. Here it goes. I didn't actually select it. I thought I did. Boom. There it is, people. The supermassive black hole at the center of our galaxy. And I want to go there. I want to go there so badly. So I have decided, can't plot a route that far. The computer will just explode. To 25,894.05 light years. That is a long way. So we're going to have to try and make the majority of our travels to the center of the galaxy ourselves. From all the way out here in the outer arm. It's definitely a thing. Let's go back to where we are. I do love this map. It can be very, very daunting at first, but actually it's incredibly well laid out, and there really is a lot to it. What I would recommend though, first off, on the Xbox One console, go into your controls and find the setting that allows you to do this. To pan through the map up and down on the Y axis, because at first it's not applied. It will tilt the camera up and down, and that's useless, because if I want to check out the stars that are underneath me here, and by golly, trust me, there is a freaking lot of them to look at, then I'm not going to be able to do that. Or again, if I'm now panned down low and I want to select sticks, it can be very tricky to do it, because this little grid that you can see here, this little kind of cross-hatch grid with the numbers on it there, is actually our coordinates in space. You can see one of the numbers raising up there, and then of course that's minus 100, 0, and we go over here, that's minus 100, 100, but it's all on the 88. It's the Y plane of the actual map. So there is a whole cubical map thing going on here. Very, very useful to change that control. It's going to give you a lot more use of this place. Let's go back to sticks again and check out what the other tabs have to do. Now, as we say, bookmarks, highly recommend it if you find a good place to mine, or a good place to sell things, or a good place to buy ships, which is what we're going to be looking for. Very good idea to bookmark it. Over here, in the other tab, I don't know what this tab is called, I have no idea, but we have 3 types of map: realistic, a map, and then power play. I know nothing about power play as well, so we won't going to be touching on that today. But the realistic map is the map that you're in. It's the standard generic setting. There's not any filters here, absolutely nothing. But this map, I know, huge amount of color appears and it becomes incredibly terrifying, but fear not. Let me go down and make this a little bit simpler, because this is showing trade routes. And I don't want trade routes. I know nothing about them. I really have no idea. But I believe the idea is, you see all these colorful lines are going from a star towards another star. So each of the colors of these lines represent a resource or a commodity as such, and the lines are where it's being gathered and where it's being sold. So essentially you can take all the information of other people who are running trade lines and like getting stuff from this star and selling it over here, and you can do the same. You can come over here and you can buy stuff and you take it over there and you sell it and you make a tiny bit of money, and then you can run the trade routes. But we're not going to be doing that, so I'm just going to turn this off. But what is good here is this filter right here. I've got it set on visited stars at the moment because I would like to go through places that I have not been before. And you can see they're all showing up red, and the blue ones are the ones that I've already seen. Now, you've got a little button here, if I can get back over there. There it is, apply filter to route. Now this is really, really useful. So if I went just for not visited stars and applied it to my route, there we go. My route has changed to only go to stars that I have not been to before. So I can explore the universe a little bit more. And we still run out of fuel at around about that point. But that's not a worry, we're not actually going here. But there are a lot of other options in here, and one we're going to be looking at. Now again, I don't know what all of these means. Obviously allegiance means if the stars are aligned to the Federation, the Empire, or the Alliance, or if they're independent from everybody. So say if I was in huge trouble with the Empire, and I didn't want to go into Empire space for fear of getting shot down, I could make sure that I only travel through Federation space. There's a couple of interesting ideas you can do here. Commodities, services is an idea. So again, if I want to find somewhere, Tech Broker Guardian, what? That sounds amazing. If I wanted to find black markets and things like this, you can find a lot of information in here. You really, really can. But what I would like to do is look for, not the trade, not the cartographic, because I want to get a new ship. And I feel that the best ship, oh look, I've already got it set because I've been looking at it, is in a high-tech system. And surely enough, this is going to show me all of the high-tech star systems nearby, so I have a good chance at finding a very nice ship at Stellaris Primus, which is great. Sounds like a great idea. So I'm going to select this one, and I'm going to plot a route to it. And it's only over there, so it's going to be absolutely great. Now again, as I discover a little bit more about this amazing map and its uses, I will maybe do a little bit more on it, or rather when I discover it, I'll tell you guys about it. But if you have any tips and tricks about this amazing map yourself, please do me a huge favor, let me know. It will really, really help out my play a little bit more. But mostly that's what I wanted to cover, is the route plotting. How to make sure you get from where you are to where you want to go, without running out of fuel and without getting stuck. Now there is one other thing that's inside of here. You can sort this by the star class. Very, very good. And the top 7, O, B, A, F, G, K, M, these are the stars that you can gather fuel from if you have a fuel scoop. Now I've never done fuel scooping, so I really wouldn't know about that either, but actually there is quite a few of them. There is quite a few of them, especially like T and Y class stars, like the dark reds. That's pretty cool. Or if you want to see like a star you've never seen, like a proto star or a Wolf Rayet star or non-sequence stars. I haven't seen any of these really. In all honesty, I haven't been in the game very long, so I don't really know. But yeah, that can be very, very handy, and then you can go bam and apply it to the route, and this way whenever you hit over on the main realistic map, let's get ourselves back up there if I can. There we go. When you're in the realistic map and you go, I want to go over to this amazing star over here, and you hit that plot route button, all of these little filters that you've already applied through here and through here are automatically applied to that route. So it's a super, super handy tool to have. Alright, amazing. We've rambled on enough about this fantastic map and my absolute love and admiration for it. Let's get back into it, shall we? Man is very much looking forward to buying himself a brand new ship. A brand new ship. Now, different stations you go to... Can I get out of this menu, please? Thank you very much. Oh, finally. That's super handy. Yeah, different stations that you go to are going to have different ships to sell. Little starports like this normally don't have a outfitting. I don't know if they actually can have, but I've never found like a livery or a shipyard or anything like that on one of these guys, so that's definitely a thing. I'm not going to worry too much about grabbing a mission, because again, we've eaten up a lot of time looking at maps, and we have one more map to look at yet. But firstly, let's head our way out and make our way towards this amazing place where I believe I may be able to find myself a new shiny ship. And you know what else we did when we were on stream? We had a play with turning off the flight assist, and let me tell you, boy oh boy is it difficult. It's super, super tricky. I had a real hard time, but a lot of fun doing it. Like, oh my god, simple things like even trying to jump to Super Cruise were really, really difficult. But I will have a little bit more practice at that, and then we'll try doing it when I kind of know what the heck I'm doing. Let's get the throttle up, let's get on out. And I can see by my little amazing compass that the Stellaris Prime system is directly behind me. So let's get ourselves around like this, and pull ourselves up a little bit. And also, one thing I realized in editing of the last video, do you guys remember when I couldn't engage my hyperdriver? It was charging. It was taking so long to charge. I found out why. I missed it when it happened, but up in the top right here, underneath the info panel, it popped up saying something ridiculous like 17 things were mass locking me. Now, I don't know much about mass lock except for that little light next to mass locked, meaning that I'm next to something huge. But if you're around loads and loads of things that are quite heavy and big, like other ships as well, they all have their own mass and they will all affect your gravity, it will slow down your charge rate and you're not going to be able to charge yourself up super fast. Hopefully, yeah, I didn't notice it flash up this time, but I didn't notice it flash up last time either. It's a high security system. That's something else that map can be used for. If you're carrying illegal cargo, you want to avoid high security systems. Or if you're carrying super valuable cargo and you don't want to get your butt blown out the sky by pirates. Boom! Man, that's loud trying to talk. And yeah, if you're carrying super high value cargo and you don't want to get your butt blown off the sky by pirates, then you can only travel through high security. There's a lot of things you can do with that map, I must admit. I really like it. Alright, beautiful. As we arrive at the amazingly super bright white star. Sorry for blinding you guys. There is one other thing that I want to tell you guys about. Remember those fire groups that we set up? These guys here. On my fire group 2, I've got my basic discovery scanner and my data link, but when we're flying around, we can actually use the discovery scanner, the D scanner. So if I hold down the right trigger, this guy's going to charge up, and he's going to pulse a big boom. Boom. And you see in the info, no new astronomical objects discovered. Always a good idea when you're flying around in different systems or you visit a new area to boom that discovery scanner. You might be able to discover something new, and then you can go and scan it and find out more about it. But what we need to do is pretty much bring ourselves to a crawl so I don't just fly off into deep space somewhere like I almost did a minute ago. And we want to head and check out that other map, the system map. Let's have a look-see here. This one's a lot more understandable, I believe. Really, really good. Oh, check it out. It's amazing. So again, same kind of thing on the left-hand side there, straight off the bat, as it tells you by what's happening on, who's it's exploited by as part of power play. I don't know much about it, as I mentioned before, but it tells you a little bit about all of the stuff about this place, what kind of star catalog and factions and all of these little things that can probably be quite useful for you if you knew what to do with this information, of which I don't. It's in the state of boom, which is good. That's always a good thing. It's a neutral relationship, which is also amazing. It's got its own little faction here. Yeah, excellent. There's actually a couple of factions hanging around here, which is great. Over on here it tells you about the F-class star, the white main sequence stars. They usually range in a mass from 1 to 1.4 solar masses and have the surface temperature reading 7,600 Kelvin. Again, loads of little informations and things about that. You can add local bookmarking and such like that. And this will tell you a little bit more about what's actually here and who you can check out and who you can hang around with. But really the basics of it is the grey lining here. So this star, you can follow the grey line and see, is orbiting this star. So these two stars are orbiting each other. Now, orbiting this star are all these dudes here, because they're connected by a grey line. So for example, this station here is orbiting this planet, and this planet here is orbiting this star, which is great. And the same with this dude. This amazing dude actually has like 3 moons by the look of it. And on one of the moons, this guy's circling him. And then you've got this guy circling too. Now, because we're actually quite far away here, and then there's no other information, if I fly out to this star Acellus 4 and fire my discovery scanner, I might discover more planets in that direction. That way, which I can't go anymore. Because there's nothing over there apparently. And also, the same thought for this secondary star here. There could be other things orbiting this star. And I don't know about them yet. There could be a whole spiel of other stuff around here, which I just don't know. So if you want to explore around a bit, you can lock yourself a waypoint over to this dude by doing that, and then you can fly over there in your super cruise and you can check it out, and you can see if there's something hanging around. He's literally directly behind me, so I probably won't worry about it too much myself, but it can be very good for you to kind of explore around and discover things, because when you get to other places that are a lot further away, you can then sell that data, and you can find even more stuff. So I'm going to actually do this because I do love firing off my D scanner and giving the whole galaxy a taste of my D and discovering it all. But maybe, you never know, we might actually find something of interest over here as well. The other part over here is you can kind of see what's going on. While we're heading our way over here, I may as well jump back into the system map. Again, we will continue flying through space while we're having a look at this. These guys here, the Coriolis star, we can actually have a look at it. There we are, we've got it selected. Now let's see here, Port Beagle 2 landing. Can I find out more about you? Can I find out more about you in here? Ah, here it is, yeah, Beagle 2 landing. Facilities, it tells me it's got docking, contracts, exploration, commodities, fuel repair, shipyard. Fantastic. It also tells me it's trade data, it's a high-tech economy, which means that that would be a very good place for me to buy my new ship, which is going to be great. Now, I've gone and locked it, but I want to be going on over here. Now, admittedly, my ship is incredibly slow, and at my top speed, well, speed's still climbing, but at the minute it's going to take us 1.7 days to get over there. So let's not do that right now. Let's wait until we have a better ship, shall we? Let's head over to Beagle 2 landing, lock our destination there, turn ourselves in literally completely the opposite direction, and head over there. And we'll see if we can get ourselves a brand new ship, shall we? And here we are. Ah, beautiful. Now, I didn't quite approach this place at the angle I would have liked to, but I was too busy looking at this beautiful planet. I look at it. Big freaking purple marble with a load of rings that I could go mine for stuff. I'm really excited about that. Alright, excellent. So let's get ourselves in here and find out what we can find. Now that's turning there. I can actually just see it. There's the little entrance port right there. So if I go like this, just jet myself down a little ways, that's totally fine. I tell you guys, like, literally doing everything is so much easier with the flight assist on. But I can tell there are some points when it might be quite useful, such as entering these docks. Now again, I'm not going to try it because I'm not that well practiced, and I don't want to crash into a load of stuff quite yet on YouTube. I think it will be funny though, but we'll do that for another time, or we'll take forever landing ourselves in here, and I'd rather not. But let's see if we can get ourselves in here. I do love my docking. I really do. Never ever go wrong doing this. Always good fun. Beagle 2 landed. Let me in. Grant me access.
Access permitted. Please make your way to landing pad 16.
I'm speeding, but I bet you don't care. He probably does care a little bit. You think we're going to line up there? I don't think we are. I think we're going to crash. Let's go about here. Frickin'. Dude! One at a time, please, people. Good gravy. Uh-oh. Oh. Yikes. That was a bit sketchy. What were we at? 16? That guy on the way in, man. Freaking road hogs. I bet I've completely lost my bay now as well. Where are we? Oh, did they give me one right by the door? I hate these ones. Alright, lovely. About time. That took a bit of a while, but got a little bit thrown off on the entrance there, thanks to that douchebag cutting me up on the way in. Freaking space fool. Space fool. Is that the best you can come up with, man? It's like your most witty insult to people in space is a space fool. Yeah, I hate myself right now. Nevertheless, let's get into the Starpoint menu and see what we can actually find here in the way of a brand new ship. I'm super excited about getting myself a little bit of a better dude on the go. Let's see here. Shipyard, shall we? What you got for me, dude? What you got for me? There's a dolphin. 1.3 million credits. I feel like it's a bit out of our price range. A keelback, another 3 million. Okay, asp scout, 3 million. Yep, 4 million for a vulture. Okay, 6 million for an asp. 48. Holy balls, 48 million for an orca. That's 51 million. I feel like... Yeah, I feel like coming to a high-tech dock was probably not a good idea. Okay, let's get out of this extremely out of my price range area, shall we? And find ourselves another place we can go.
A few moments later.
Good lord, that place was super expensive. Let's have a look here. I'm on my way back to Azaban City, which I believe is the area where we started in this wonderful adventure of ours. Hey there, son, how's it going? You look beautiful, man. So beautiful. That's probably the biggest thing I love about this game, is how gorgeous everything looks. All the planetary bodies look stunning. I love it. Alright, let's get ourselves into Azaban City. Hopefully with a little bit more savvy parking. Hey, look at that! That's the first time I've seen another player on the map. There's a little hollow triangle there, guy flying around with his weapons out. And he's gone. He must have jumped out. That's freaking cool. I've not actually seen a hollow player triangle in my time in Elite Dangerous quite yet. But that's amazing. It's a big old galaxy, man. It's a big old galaxy. Alright, here we are. Please, Azaban. I mean, this is where Harry Potter went to go and buy his stuff, right? Like, when he was buying all his things, he would, like... No, I'm thinking Azkaban, and that's completely wrong. Scratch that. Oh, pad 6. I bet that's going to be one right at the entranceway again, isn't it? I bet it is. I absolutely freaking guarantee it's going to be super, super close to the entrance, and I'm going to miss it as soon as I come through the slot. Is that going to line up with me, do you think? Is somebody going to cut me up again? I ain't moving this time. I ain't moving this time.
Restrict speed to 100.
Sorry, bring it down a bit. There you go. Don't want to get in trouble with the space popo for speeding. There we are. Drop the throttle straight away. Because I guarantee 6 is going to be like right around here. Uh-oh. Don't loiter in the entrance slot though. They get peeved at that too. Where is 6? It's got to be at the front here, surely. There we are. Going a little quick, but yeah, that'll do just fine. Beautiful. Alright, let's get back into the hangar. And hopefully we're actually going to find a freaking ship that I can afford here. Because, man, space is expensive. I love the new areas or so, though. This place looks beautiful. I love it. Alright, let's see what we got here. Alright, give me some of that sweet shipyard action. Come on, have something that's not insanely expensive. There we go, there's a little sidewinder. There's an eagle here, 44,000, that's okay. A hauler, okay. There's an adder. Actually within our price range still. And then back to the sidewinder. Okay, let's have a little look here. Now again, our little sidewinder is actually upgraded a little bit. So my top speed is actually a bit better than this thing. But its shield and armor is quite a lot better than what I've got. Let's have a look here. Okay, 2 hard points, right? 1 medium hard points utility mount. Okay, good, good. Got the hauler here. Again, makes sense that this is a kind of a well, a hauler ship for hauling stuff around in, I'm going to assume. Hard points, 1 pulse laser. No, 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 we're going to need some better hard points than that. I kind of like the look of the little eagle. I've had one of these before. It's just a little bit better than the Sidewinder. It's like a little bit faster and a little bit better shields, a little bit better armor. It's got an extra hard point, not anything too super huge, but you know what? I quite like it. I think it's a good little starter ship for your next one. A good little ship up, a good little starter one from your next one after having the little Sidewinder. So you know what? I think I'm going to get this guy. I really do. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to get him. Because I like this ship. I think it's going to be good. Store the current ship, or we can sell it for 136,000 credits. And we actually get an extra 91,000 credits if we sell our ship. That's all because of the little upgrades where I've increased like the power plant inside of it, and I didn't change the hard points. I did increase the frame shift drive. Let's do that, and it'll give us a big cash injection to outfit this bad boy. Let's go. Bye bye, little space sandwich. It has been good knowing you, my friend. Farewell. Oh, ooh, new digs. New digs. I can see we can afford a brand new ship, but we still can't afford shoes. Why can't we afford shoes? That's absolutely crazy. I like how it's got the little Core Dynamics logo on the dashboard here as well. That's pretty awesome. Alright, excellent. I tell you what, let's go straight back into the Starport Services, head over to Outfitting, and see what we can do with this guy, with our 240,000 credits left over. That's great. I absolutely like this. Outfitting. And we can see if we can give this little guy a bit more teeth, shall we? I think it's a good idea. I'm going to need to name it as well. I'm going to have to think of a name it. Right, let's go for the core internal systems as of first, because I like jump range. I want to be able to get to places to do the things I want to do without too much of a panic about not being able to do it. And for a good frame shift drive, we're going to need a good power plant. Now, I'm wondering if, for actual upgrades to your ship, that perhaps going to a high-tech system for this is going to be a good idea. But there's a 2A power plant. I think A rating is the best that we can get. And basically you've got, they go up in number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I think there's like 8 and 9, I'm not entirely sure. And that number represents the size of the unit that can be installed in your ship, I believe. And then they go by class, A being highest, and then B, C, D, and E, and such like that. So I believe a 2A would actually be the best type of power plant that I could install in a ship of this size for 160,000 credits. Let's go. Definitely. More power, good thing. Always good. You can see our jump range goes up, our maximum power goes up, top speed is going to increase, things like that. All good stuff. All good things. Nothing wrong with doing this. We can sell the old module. Save a couple of grand. Why not? Boom, and you see our insurance cost in the lower corner just went to 10,000. So we've got to make sure we're going to be keeping enough for that. Now let's see here. Now they've got no thrusters in stock, they've got no life support, no power distributor in stock. Oh, that's a huge shame. I think if you get a better power plant, you're going to want one of these. Oh no, this is for the engine system and weapon capacitors. Okay, so a better one of these will mean those little pips that we can move to engine systems and weapons will have more of an effect. That's a good thing. We could definitely do with picking one of those up at some point. Not too much of a worry about it right now though. Frame shift drive, this is what we want. And we got a 3E. That's pretty garbage. You got a better one for me, guys? You got a better one? Oh, 160,000 for that, dude. Ooh. Let's see, how much is the B? Ah, of course, it's a 3. That would be why. Doy, Nath. Here's me staring at it going, I don't understand. Why isn't that working? The 2 is the tier 2. We can actually fit a tier 3 inside here. And we got a class C. That's actually pretty good. How much is that going to cost? 56. Will it leave me enough for insurance? I feel like it will. Let's get it. Sounds like a great idea. We'll exchange it too. Save me 6 grand. Alright, insurance 12,000, we've got 31,000 credits left to play with. Could we consider checking our hard points? Probably is going to be a good idea around about now, isn't it? Let's see what we got. Fixed weapons. I would like to go gimbal, please. Now, a fixed weapon isn't actually going to move, it's literally a fixed spot on the screen and you do the manual aiming. But if you can get your hands on some gimbal weapons, they will do the majority of the aiming for you, which is nice. Cannons and multi-cannons and fragment cannons. I don't really want kinetic weapons though. I would prefer to have some beams going on. But you know what? If we keep these two as the pulse laser, maybe we could get a beam weapon for being up here, like a kinetic one. Let's see here. Oh no, we cannot. That's very expensive. And how about this? That's not as expensive. And you know what? Another weapon is always a good thing. Yeah, you know what? We can afford it without being too much worry of going over. We can probably buy ourselves that as a treat. Why not? Now let's see here. So we've got 2 underneath and we've got 1 on top. Now what I'd like to do is I'd like to put the multi-cannon on top. So what I can do here is I can go transfer options and I can store that unit. And I can put it into storage. Ah, I could have just swapped it to the ones that were installed on my ship. Oh, that's cool. I like that. That's really, really good. That saves me putting it into storage and then putting it back on. Ooh, that's very nice. I didn't know I could do that. Alright, so let's put that back on the ship. And we'll go to the mortar cannon down here. We'll select it, and we'll go transfer our options, and we'll swap it with this one on top. So that one will go away, and we'll get our multi-cannon on top of the ship. Oh, doesn't that look cool though? A little minigun on the top of the ship. And then we got our 2 little lasers down at the very bottom. They're not very good though, are they? 1F. But sadly, check out the money in the lower right. Balance is 1700 and the insurance cost is 13. If I buy anything else, I am not going to have enough money to pay my insurance, which would be a super, super bad time. Fire group reminder. Yeah, we got to set a new fire group. Let's get out of this guy though. But sadly to say it, we're going to have to go ahead and we'll come out and out. Whoa, what is happening here? Oh, wait. Oh, wow. The camera goes free, and as the station rotates, the camera is trying to stay in the same place. That's awesome. That's super random and unbelievable. Yeah, sadly there, guys. That's all the time we've got for today. But check it out. We got ourselves a brand new little ship. I'm really happy with it. Isn't it a cool little dude? I love it. It's super beautiful and amazing. We got some new weapons on it. We got a little bit more jump range. And mostly, we sold off the Sidewinder. We're moving up in the world very slowly. Now, what we'll have to do is now we get to start making money. Now we get to start making money and start working towards all of the amazing stuff in the future. In the meantime there, guys, I'm going to have to go ahead and call it here. Thanks very much for joining us, everybody. If you did enjoy it, do me a huge, huge favour. Hit the like button for me. And if you're looking forward to more, don't forget to hit the subscribe button too, so you won't miss out on any episodes coming to the channel in the next few days. Sorry about the cutty up outro. It's a little bit late in the evening for me. I think I'm going a bit crazy. Take it easy there, everybody. Good to see you again. Catch you next time. And until then, all the best. Take care. And I can't wait to see you all again soon.